Welcome to my Sephora favorites. Let's do this. All right, I got a meeting with my CEO in a bit, so I gotta rush through this and I did not have time to do my hair. I was thinking about the Sephora recommendations videos and I keep watching them, and I just kept feeling this like pang of anxiety inside. I had this massive realization after kind of just not wanting to do this video. I went to my makeup collection to pull out my favorite products from Sephora, and I realized most of my favorite products aren't available on Sephora. I'm sure you guys knew this, but I didn't realize it. That's just genuinely what I love. I mean, Fit Glow, In Beauty, Rowan, Beauty Pie, ColourPop, MAC, Phytosurgeons, M Cosmetics, Flower Beauty, Rimmel. I mean, so many of my favorite brands you can't get at Sephora. And for the products that I'm obsessed with from Sephora that are my tried and true favorites, I've talked about all of these products endlessly on my channel and on Instagram. So it just feels like such a boring, repetitive video to film. But I hope that it shows you I truly, truly love these recommendations and have been using them for years, and I'm intimately familiar with the formulas and the results and the colors and all of that. First up, there are a couple products I ran out of that I'm gonna buy during the Sephora sale. One of them is the Bumble and Bumble Surf Spray. It's a sea salt spray for your hair. My hair is like pin straight and just feels like silk. Like even this is with like a shit ton of dry shampoo. Clearly, I didn't have time to do my hair today. I got a meeting in a bit. It is what it is. So I need texture in my hair that adds some grit, that kind of like dries it out a little bit. That's how my hairstylist described it. And a surf spray does just that. So Bumble and Bumble Surf Spray. Then the Moroccan Oil Dry Shampoo for light tones. Great dry shampoo. It's my favorite aerosol dry shampoo. Smells amazing. And I love that it comes in a dry shampoo for light tones and a dry shampoo for dark tones. It never leaves a sort of like gray or white cast in my hair. Doesn't make it feel dirty. It just makes it feel clean and smell fresh. So those are two products I don't have in front of me. The only other hair product I can recommend is tried and true, cult classic, Oribe Dry Texturizing Spray, and let's use it. First of all, the smell's amazing. I really can't describe the scent, but it's not overpowering. And every time I spray this in my hair, my boyfriend says I smell good. So that's good. And I just... And it gives you a lot of texture, you know? It doesn't feel gritty or dirty, but it gives me the texture and the kind of volume and a little bit of the grit that I personally need. God damn, I'm due for a haircut. So hair is done and I only have one body recommendation. I talked about this in my fall favorites. It's the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Pro Retinol Body Butter. This is a misleading product. The marketing is wrong on this. There's no retinol in this product. So how can you call it pro retinol? I don't know. But anyways, there's an ingredient in here that is great for anti-aging. I don't really remember which one it was because they don't list the ingredients on the package, but I don't really care. I find that my skin just feels softer and smoother and it feels hydrated. It's actually very thin. So it's not like a body butter in the traditional sense. It just glides on so fast and makes your skin feel incredibly soft. This is one of the only ones that really applies like a dream, so spreadable. The only con I have to this, aside from the marketing of retinol, without it having retinol, is that it smells like shit, honestly. Crayons, rubber. I'm assuming this is fragrance free and that's just the smell of the ingredients, but it dissipates after you put it on. It's not like you can smell that scent at all. So if you like something that's scented, maybe don't go for this, but it's a fantastic, fantastic product. I don't think I could count how many times I've shown these on my Instagram. In fact, I don't think I've ever talked about them here, but this is the Wander Beauty Baggage Claim Eye Masks. I've gone through five of these maybe. This is my favorite eye mask. These are effective, non-irritating. They add such a beautiful amount of hydration. They plump up fine lines under the eyes, temporarily of course, and I just think that they're the best eye mask that money can buy. Yeah, if you're looking for a great gift for anyone, if you're looking for an eye mask, if you have an issue with puffiness or dehydration under the eyes, look no further than this. I would bet money that most people would like this. I Highly, highly recommend these. I have one mask favorite, which is a recent favorite, so I've only used this a few times, but I'm head over heels in love with it. It's the it's the Youth to the People Super Clay Purify and Clear Power Mask. This has niacinamide, kombucha, and BHA. If you struggle with breakouts like I do, I have acne-prone skin that's also very sensitive and dehydrated. What a combo! It's just the best mask I've ever tried. It's only 2 ounces and $36, but it's a phenomenal clay mask that just goes on so smooth. The BHA just kind of helps to add a gentle amount of exfoliation while the clay helps with congestion, and the niacinamide really helps to calm the skin. I just find that after this mask, my skin looks a little clearer, it feels smoother, and it looks less irritated. So I don't need any other clay masks in my collection. One area where I do have a lot of recommendations at Sephora are toners. I'm really excited Paula's Choice is finally at Sephora. It's just a limited selection, but they have the 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. Not only does this have beta hydroxy acid, which is an exfoliant, but it also has hyaluronic acid and green tea. Paula's Choice is known for really including a lot of antioxidants in every formula. Oftentimes a lot of like omega fatty acids or a lot of hydrators or humectants. So I just love that Paula's Choice is very thoughtful about their formulas. Also always fragrance free. And because this is only a 2% concentration, it's extremely gentle. If you have very resilient skin, you probably want to go for something that's like a little beefier. But for me, this is fantastic for my ultra sensitive skin, and I use it a couple times a week, and it definitely helps to keep my breakouts at bay. A Paula's Choice product I can't live without, is this fantastic toner. It's the Paula's Choice Advanced Replenishing Toner. I've gone through a bajillion bottles of this. Oh my God, I just noticed something. My lip gloss. Oh no, it's doing the white ring thing. I'm so sorry, that's gross. That was the In Beauty Rosé lip glaze, which is on this favorites video, but be sure not to apply too much, otherwise you get the little white ring. Anywho, a product I'm obsessed with from Paula's Choice that you can get at Sephora is the Advanced Replenishing Toner. This is just fantastic. It has hyaluronic acid, it has omega fatty acids, which really help with your skin barrier, and it's kind of a cross between a liquid watery toner and like a milky toner. And I just love the way it feels. This is my morning toner. Here are some ingredient callouts for the Advanced Replenishing Toner. We have glycerin, my skin loves glycerin, linoleic acid, phospholipids, hyaluronic acid, ferulic acid, licorice root extract, beetroot extract, pumpkin seed extract, and a few other things I don't really know, but basically lots of fatty acids for the skin and some antioxidants, some skin soothers, some hydrators and humectants. Just a really great toner. Also can't count how many bottles of this I've gone through. It's the Laneige Cream Skin Mist. I also have the Cream Skin Toner in my bathroom, but I can just talk about either one at the same time. This is the Cream Skin Toner with a mist pump. It's the finest mist I've ever tried. The Laneige Cream Skin Toner and the Cream Skin Mist are basically like a liquid moisturizer. So this is what I use at night when I get out of the shower. Just so you know, toners aren't totally necessary in a skincare routine, but it's nice if your skin is a little bit damp before you put your serums and your moisturizer on. It helps the products on top to penetrate better. So at night, I really like to use the Laneige Cream Skin line. If I use something like the Paula's Choice Advanced Replenishing Toner, this has a lot of ingredients in it, and at night is when I tend to use my actives. So at night, that's why I use a toner or a mist that's a lot more simple, that is just totally soothing, little bit moisturizing, and that's all I need. Without fail, at night, I always use my Inkey List niacinamide serum after my mist or my toner. I just talked about this in my fall favorites in depth. This has niacinamide at a concentration that my skin can tolerate. I literally can't use any other niacinamide serums on the market because I break out in rashes. It's just a very intense ingredient. I find that this is exactly the perfect concentration of niacinamide for my sensitive skin. It just helps to calm everything down. It's hydrating, it's brightening. It's just a fantastic product. I mean, it's tiny, so it's travel friendly, and it's only $6.99. If my memory serves me correctly, I know there's niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, I think there's allantoin, panthenol, glycerin probably, basically just a ton of hydrators, humectants, and skin soothers along with the niacinamide. So this, I could use this like twice a day and be, oh, there's someone outside looking at me film. Also, niacinamide is an antioxidant, so that is also great. If your skin doesn't tolerate vitamin C, my dermatologist said to go with niacinamide, and that's why I'm using this every day. 2 eye products I've talked about so much recently, the Dr. Dennis Gross Ferulic and Retinol Triple Correction Eye Serum. I'm almost at the end of this little bottle. Look at that, look at that. And I've been using this for about 4 years now, maybe. Can't count how many bottles of this I've gone through. This is a theme here because these are products I've used for years. This is really the only thing that has kind of put a pause on some of my fine lines from getting deeper. Aging is a natural part of life. Nothing we can do about it. But I do like to just add in a retinol product that is formulated for the eyes to just make the appearance a little bit smoother and to just slow down the appearance of new wrinkles forming. A lot of people argue that you don't need a separate eye product. You can just use anything on your face you can use on your eyes, but as someone with incredibly sensitive skin, I can't do that. So this is very safe for me to use. It is never irritating. It's hydrating. It's just like a little gel serum, and then I like to put an eye cream on top. This is the Shani Darden Intensive Eye Renewal Cream. This is one of the thickest, most occlusive eye creams that I've ever tried. And that's why I love it. Ever since I moved to the Bay Area, I wake up with eyes that feel like paper. I've never struggled with really, really dry under eyes until I moved to the Bay Area. And now I need something that feels almost like a balm around my eye area in order to lock in the moisturizer. Otherwise, I wake up and the lines get deeper. So this is truly the only eye cream I've ever used that I've noticed a difference with in terms of locking in the skincare underneath so that I don't wake up with dry eyes. This is expensive. It's $68, I believe. So even though I'm not out of this yet, I am going to purchase a backup during the sale. I picked one moisturizer from Sephora. This is the one. This is the one. Oh, more people are looking at me on the street and they're pooping on my lawn. The dogs are pooping on my lawn. She better have a bag for that. She does. Okay, so the pharmacy. Oh, the dogs are going. Oh, everyone's barking. Thumper! You want to come here? Oh my God. Oh, did you hear the puppies barking? They pooped on the lawn. Oh, how are you doing? How are you doing, Monster Man? Oh, I'm gonna leave the door open for Thumper just in case he wants to come back. Oh, hi. So the Pharmacy Honey Halo is just a fantastic moisturizer. It is good boy. I'm almost out of it. I have a backup, don't you worry. And it comes out just so thick. And that's why I love it. But it's not thick in a way that feels like sticky and dewy on the skin. It feels like the way a body butter feels, but for your face. It's a face butter. It has the most amazing, just natural scent of honey. And I find this to be ultra occlusive, ultra soothing, really moisturizing, and never irritating. It doesn't make you look super dewy or greasy or feel heavy. It's like cloud-like, but very moisturizing and rich. So they really just nailed this. This is my #1 moisturizer from Sephora. Moving on to makeup. I have only ever owned one foundation. I'm not a foundation girl, but when I am, it's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. I have the shades R220 and R230. I'm wearing these mixed on my face today, and in fact, I've broken out in crazy sensitivity rashes all over my face. You might see some of them coming through here, some coming through on my cheeks and all of that. This foundation really covers things beautifully, and then I go in and spot conceal where I need to. And as you can see, it just looks like skin. That's all I can say. This is the one foundation that looks like skin, but it covers. It's not full coverage. It's like a beautiful medium coverage. It's a satin, natural skin-like finish. I don't need to own another foundation because I have this and I don't want anything else. This is perfect for me. And I don't want my collection to be bigger than that. I just want this. I have one bronzer recommendation, which is the Say Sun Melt in light bronze. They have 4 shades of this. This is the lightest, and I think it might be a little too warm for some people, but I actually like the way that the warmth looks on my skin. I find that it's like really, really natural looking, although it is quite warm and orange. I like to just dot a little bit with my fingers, because if you go in with the Say brush, this surface area of the brush is so big that you will just get bronzer everywhere. I just prefer to go in with my finger instead, and then I start blending it out and blending it down, because I typically like to just put bronzer on the perimeter of my forehead, my cheeks, and my jawline, because I just find it looks more natural that way. I don't want it to become like foundation where I have bronzer all over my face. What I will say is this brush is amazing with it, but it's really hard to hold. Like, it's so thick and it's so heavy, it kind of hurts my fingers. The actual brush itself is really beautiful. I'm not gonna add any more bronzer because I don't want to disturb all the concealer I have on my blemishes, but this just has a beautiful airbrushed finish. It blends like a dream. It's so creamy. So if you're interested in a cream bronzer, I think Say is fantastic. I also picked only one blush favorite from Sephora. The number one pick has to be the Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur formula. This is in the shade Blurred Buff. You can see next to the Say bronzer, it is a really nice bronze shade. This is my blush I reach for when I do a bold lip or a bold eye or something, because it just goes with everything. It's such a natural skin color. I also have the shade Mauve Sunrise, which is a little point perk I got from Sephora years ago. And it just is this stunning kind of deep pink. I wouldn't call this a mauve, because a mauve to me like has a little purple or a little gray in it, but mauve seems to be a subjective color. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a deep, warm pink. And I'm actually wearing it on my cheeks today, but I do find that any type of cream powder formula fades a little bit faster than a regular powder. It's got that fantastic cream to powder finish that I love. It's basically the same finish as the MAC Glow Play blushes. Same type of vibe, a bouncy cream powder hybrid. My only complaint about Bare Minerals products is that they don't make more shades. They only have 4 shades in this range, and it's so good. I just wish they had more. I also picked only one highlighter favorite, Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade 3. You guys already know it. It can be used as like a glowy primer that sets down, or a highlighter on the tops of the cheeks. It just blends into this perfect skin color that just adds light reflection. I'm wearing it on my face today, and I just think it makes my skin look expensive. That's the best way that I can describe it. I really do appreciate that Charlotte Tilbury made so many shades of this highlighter. This is just worth repurchasing time and time again. All of my eyeshadow recommendations are creams, and I have first the Rare Beauty liquid eyeshadows in Nearly Neutral and Nearly Mauve. I'm wearing Nearly Neutral on my eyes, and as you can see, it's not neutral, and it's not nearly neutral. It's a very warm brown. These are the shades on my hand, Nearly Neutral and Nearly Mauve, and they set down and don't budge throughout the day, but they just go on like the most perfect cream you've ever tried. It's blendable. It is pigmented, but not too pigmented. A little goes a long way, but not too far. It is my perfect Goldilocks formula. It just feels like a thin whipped kind of cream that sets down and doesn't budge. You can build it up in several layers and have no problem before it sets, or you can just do a tiny wash and you're good to go. I have it on my lids, my crease, and on my lower lash line, and I just think these are beautiful. I just hope they come out with more kind of neutral shades. Danessa Myricks Color Fix. I have Celebration, which is the cream color, and then I have Gingerbread, which is the matte. It squeezes out like a little tiny dot, like a paint, and this is Gingerbread. This is Celebration. A little goes a long way. You could just use like a little dot and blend it out on your eyes for just a beautiful, spicy, warm brown, or you could really build it up like that. Celebration, on the other hand, is a really interesting shade. It's like a reflective taupe on me, but it's like a brown mixed with a taupe. So it just adds something really cool. That shade is so unique. They also come in other finishes. They have a foil, which is like a glitter. They have an eye gloss. So definitely check these out. A little goes a long way. They're pigmented. They come in a ton of shades. Lastly, it wouldn't be a Sephora favorites video without mentioning the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. This is my favorite shade. It's called Oyster Pearl now, but mine says Marie Antoinette. They recently renamed them. It is just this phenomenal, transformative bronze. In some lights, it looks quite gold. In other lights, it looks quite cool toned. It's just kind of this amorphous shade that brings light and has almost a wet look shine on the eyes. I got Amanda Z hooked on this one. I knew she would love this shade. And I just find that it's such a whipped, moussey, blendable, easy to use formula. These do crease and fade at the end of the day, but I don't mind them. I've worn them to work so many times and I don't care if it fades a little bit. They're just such a dream to apply. I have a few of them, but my other favorite, this is formerly Betty. Frankly, I don't know what it's called now. I'll leave it in the description box below, but it's just a little bit deeper and more warm. So that's Oyster Pearl, and this is the shade Betty, which is, I think, called like something gold now. So when I really want my eyes to pop, I will reach for this one. I chose one lip balm favorite, which is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. You either love it or you hate it, but I love it. It's thick, it's nourishing. It has, I believe it has some form of vitamin C to help kind of brighten the lips and act as an antioxidant. And I just find that really it just locks in hydration. So sometimes I'll go with my Fit Glow lip serum and then I'll put this on top and I really love it. My one lip gloss pick is the Lawless Forget the Filler in Velvet. This is not going to be for everybody. It is ultra thick and it's a bit sticky, but I love it. And it comes out in this huge ass curved applicator that I love. The shade Velvet online I think is described as a mauve. You can see from this applicator, it's actually a light-ish pink. This is thick, it's sticky, and it really does kind of make you look like you had lip injections. Like you kind of just want to like walk around like this. It's not plumping in a burning way. There's a tiny cooling effect from some peppermint, but I don't find that irritating. Really, it just adds this glass-like shine, and it does really fill in the lip lines. And it almost has like a strawberry peppermint scent to me. I'm not sure what it is. I could be totally wrong on that, but like some type of like fruity mint kind of vibe. And when I wear this in pictures, I get a lot of comments like, what's on your lips? And it's usually this because it's just like so stunning on camera because it fills in the lip lines and adds that shine and it just looks juicy and plump and beautiful. Obviously, I couldn't pick just one lip product. I mean, it wouldn't be a State of Kate video without multiple lip product options. So these are the two In Beauty lip glazes that are sold at Sephora. I really hope that eventually their whole range gets sold on Sephora because I have other shades of this line that I really, really love. For example, Berry Jam is my favorite, but these are the two that are sold on Sephora. And my second favorite is number one, which is either Red Apple or Candy Apple. It's just you can see how much I've used. It's just the sheer candy apple red. Again, another super chunky, fuzzy applicator that just coats the lips. Man, it's so important to me to have a really nice applicator. That's the one thing about the Fit Glow lip serums. They're like, the applicator is hard and small. If they just improve the applicator, whew. Anyways, In Beauty, love this. The In Beauty lip glazes just have this hybrid of a lightweight lip oil with a lip glaze, like a gloss. That's nourishing. It's the thickest lip oil that I've ever tried, which is why I like it. I love that they come in so many different nostalgic scents. All of the colors are kind of sheer and fun and youthful. As you can see, it just adds a flush of sheer red and it's so delicious. Frosé is the one I was wearing throughout the whole video, and Frosé smells like pink lemonade and it's a frosty sheer pink. But as we saw in the video earlier, if you apply too much, it can leave a white ring over time. So keep that in mind. But I just love that it's like a little bit of frostiness. It smells like pink lemonade. I think that that frostiness goes so well with like a purple eye. So I love reaching for this when I do more colorful looks. My last lip favorite is the Charlotte Tilbury Happy Kiss. If I could only pick one lip favorite, it would be this. I have the shades Crystal Happy Kiss Pillow Talk and Enchanting Kiss. I have worn Pillow Talk in so many videos, so I'm not gonna apply this one. Crystal Happy Kiss is basically just like a sheer pink that barely shows up. See, just like a subtle flush of pink. But Enchanting Kiss is like this peachy pink. And it just adds a beautiful level of thick, nourishing comfort, a tiny bit of a sweet scent. It kind of fills in the lip lines, adds a little shine, adds a flush of color. It can be sheer if you want, or you can build it up like this. Sure, the packaging's a little messy and cheap, but because the formula is one of my all-time favorites, that's my #1 lip recommendation. I will link the video where I apply all of the shades I purchased. I had others that I gave away that I didn't really reach for. So I will leave a link to the review video for these where I apply all of them on my lips and compare them to similar formulas and colors on the market. And the final category, my perfume recommendations. My #1 pick is the Atelier Cologne Clementine California perfume. This was a little point perk that I got, and this is the perfume that I put on, and my boyfriend walked into the room and he said, "What is that?" That is the first perfume that's ever smelled like the way I imagine you. And I thought that was so sweet. And it's fresh, slightly fruity, so balanced and unisex, not sweet. I completely forget what the notes are in this fragrance, but I'll put them at the bottom of the screen. But really, what you smell is something fresh, slightly fruity, and maybe a little woody or a little herbal or something. It's a perfect scent. This is like a middle of the road, can't go wrong kind of fragrance. I feel like everyone would like this. If you have your heart set on a more high-end fragrance, you can't go wrong with Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc. I've heard my friend Dev and then a couple other people describe this as like rich auntie vibes, like rich auntie in the south of France kind of vibes. It smells like extremely expensive sunscreen. I'll put all of the notes at the bottom of the screen. If you want like a beachy scent that smells like a summer day and a rich vacation, Soleil Blanc is it. And they have a travel size of this that I believe is $75 compared to a full-size Tom Ford that's extremely cheap. So take a look at Sephora's Tom Ford like travel size ones. I have this point perk, so I don't need it, but I just love this scent. A very similar scent, though, is the Maison Margiela Replica Beach Walk. It's a little bit more subtle, and it has a little bit of coconut in it compared to Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. So this might actually be better for a lot of people. I do prefer this actually because of the coconut. I love the warmth and creaminess that the coconut brings, but it also has that kind of slightly floral scent with the sunscreen. So if you've wanted to try Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, something that is not the same but similar is Replica Beach Walk. Oh, by the way, anything that's kind of like a sunscreeny scent, I do find fades very quickly, so just a heads up on that. And lastly, for my recommendations, I have the Maison Margiela Replica Bubble Bath fragrance. And just like Beach Walk, I love that Replica sells these $30 travel sizes. I never am gonna run through like a full-size perfume bottle my entire life. Bubble bath really does smell like a bubble bath. It's crazy. Oh my God, I love this one for like weekend mornings. I love this. It smells like bubble bath, coconut, soap, something else that's kind of floral, I think. But it's just so comforting. It's such a dream. My boyfriend noticed that it can smell a little bit metallic. I think that's from like the soap, the bubble bath. But I find if I don't overspray it, then it's not an issue. And it literally smells like bubble bath without being like an astringent soap. It's really soft and lovely. Again, no pressure to shop the Sephora sale. It's never worth putting yourself in a feeling of financial strain. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. I hope you'll subscribe and I'll see you next time.